today, but it's really been hot for the last couple of days. Hot, humid. So a lot of people have started wearing flip-flops all around the city. But let's get real. How do New Yorkers really feel about doing that? I mean, in the city?
In the city, the urban jungle. New Yorkers have a lot of opinions about this. As part of a new segment here on Fox 5, Audrey Puente hit the streets and said, let's get real about wearing flip-flops in the city.
Hi. Hello. What's your experience of wearing flip-flops in New York City?
I usually don't wear them because they don't feel very comfortable to walk in. They're just really loose and they just don't stay on your feet. So yeah, I just don't wear them much.
Okay, so what do you think about people who do wear flip-flops in New York City?
I mean, you do you know.
We have a lot of kiddies over here. Big playground. What has been your experience in wearing flip-flops in New York City?
I don't wear them in the city. I think it's gross to wear them in the city.
Sorry? So what do you think about people who do wear flip-flops in the city?
I think you definitely need to shower before you get in bed at night.
Exactly. We're talking about wearing flip-flops in New York City. Yes. What has been your experience about wearing flip-flops in New York City?
I think this is the perfect day to wear flip-flops. It's so hot.
Yeah.
You know, I usually pull them out when it's like 85 or higher, 85 degrees or higher.
Yeah? And
Yeah.
what about walking in New York City? Like, do you have any issues wearing flip-flops in New York City?
No, I've had success. No issues at all. I prefer the sneakers. They're more comfortable for long distance and just longer walks.
Yeah.
But no issues at all.
Okay.
You know, he's got the Crocs.
Let's see. Oh, Crocs. See, that's the other. That's so popular. Yes, they are popular. All right, thank you. Enjoy your day. And your salad. Let's see who else might be around here. It's nice and shady over here. Hi. Want to talk about wearing flip-flops in New York City? Oh, my God, you're wearing flip-flops. Look, she's got them on. Let me see. There we go.
Let's get real. Joining us right now with more on flip-flop wear in the city. I can't believe I just said that. And the concerns that you may have with it.
All right, Dr. Positano, co-director of the Foot and Ankle Center at the Hospital for Special Surgery. Nice to have you back on Good Day.
Thanks so much.
So, to wear flip-flops in the city or not to wear? You don't love flip-flops regardless, right?
Well, you know, it has to do with where you wear them, you know. Certainly today is not a good day for flip-flops because you're exposed, and you have to remember something, that the whole purpose of a shoe is to protect the foot. And we found that, you know, in cases where people are doing excessive walking and standing, it's probably not a good idea.
So I've called you from vacation when I've worn a flip-flop and accidentally hit my toes on like a lounge chair or something and broke 4 of them at one time. So, I mean, it doesn't protect that's what you're talking about, doesn't protect the foot.
There's no protection. And people...
And you said, like, basically when you hit something in flip-flops, you described it as like going what?
Well, it's a velocity. It's interesting. They did some studies many years ago that showed that the velocity of a little toe or a big toe hitting the side of a piece of furniture is anywhere from 60 to 80 miles per hour.
Wow.
Which is the reason why people always ask you, well, what do you do for a little toe? I said, well, if you ever broken your little toe, it's actually one of the most painful experiences you could ever have. And from a clinical point of view, it takes the longest for the patient to feel better. So you have to be careful, and that's the whole purpose about why, you know, footwear is so important. But the bigger issue is that, remember, the foot is the most important shock-absorbing part of our body. Flip-flops do absolutely nothing for shock absorption. So if you have a history of heel pain or Achilles pain or knee pain
plantar fasciitis, I got flat feet.
No.
No, I'm saying
take your shoes off.
Stop it. Stop it. So
He needs to see your
flip-flops,
yeah,
like don't really help with flat feet, even on, you know, where you're supposed to wear them, on the beach or whatever.
Put
Right?
it this way, Kurt, flip-flops are a prescription for disaster, and where people get into trouble is how they use them. You have these people that go away to the islands, they walk around the city, they're walking around miles and miles with flip-flops around the city. That's a prescription for disaster. I mean, 9 out of 10 times they come back with, as you said, plantar fasciitis or Achilles problems, but also it really exacerbates the knee, the hip, and the back.
Okay, I go on vacation and I do wear flip-flops. I mean, it's just part of what you do. So you've got to either deal with it or not wear them all the time. The issue is, though, we were doing the story about wearing them in the city. To me, that's just disgusting.
Well, yeah,
So-
for a lot of reasons.
Yeah. So do you have to worry, though, like about bacteria or anything from the streets getting on your feet because there's nothing to protect it?
Well, you know, Kurt, that's one of the other problems, is that it's direct exposure. Now, it's more of an issue if you have an open cut on your feet or on the back of your heel. Then you're exposed to bacteria that could lead to, obviously, some type of an infection, okay? But I think for the most part, though, you know, people are very conscious about their health when it comes to things like that. But taking a walk around Central Park in a flip-flop and having an open wound of some type, it could be a shoe bite from a tight-fitting shoe, that's a problem. That's a potential problem.
So when you get home, should you wash your feet immediately?
Yes, I think it's always a good idea. And again, you know, the foot is an important part of the body. It's very resilient, okay? But it's also one of those parts that's always exposed. And one of the other things that people don't realize is that the danger of sunburn. I don't know if any one of you have ever had sunburn on your feet.
Yes,
No.
on the top of your
have?
feet. Oh yeah.
Oh,
like when you're on vacation or whatever.
Wow.
It's one of the worst
Yes.
sensations you could ever get. And of course, there's that, we call it thermal trauma, meaning from heat. That's a real problem, especially when you're dealing with an open shoe. But the other thing, too, is what you're doing. Last year, we had a gentleman that came to us with a third degree burn on his foot. He was barbecuing. And let's face it, you're exposed. So people have to remember something. Don't do things that are dangerous, that involve heat or even cold, if you're going to be wearing an open or an exposed shoe like that.
You took all the fun out of summer. Don't wear it while you're barbecuing. Don't wear it on the beach. I mean, my goodness.
This is the first time you're meeting Dr. Rock. He
Yes.
really doesn't know you. He knows you through
Will you
your
stop
feet.
this silliness?
Take off your shoes.
You
and
take
let
off
him
your
see-
shoes.
He's seen my feet already.
All right, then. He'll see my feet when I have a problem. Hopefully,
And
that
hopefully
means he'll
not.
never see my feet.
Hopefully we'll never see your feet.
There you go.
But at least you guys appreciate how important the foot is.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's why, as we know, Leonardo da Vinci's favorite part of the body was, guess what? The foot. Because here's this little structure that has to take a human throughout their whole lifetime. And look at the beating it takes. And one of the other problems we had is, like Kurt was saying about, like, basically wearing a shoe that completely flattens out, is that it really does cause problems with the plantar fascia. During COVID, there were so many people who had problems with their heels because of the fact that they were essentially walking barefoot around the house. So not a good idea.
All right.
So tell Mike
We'll
Woods,
try and have fun.
Mike Woods not to wear his flip-flops anymore on the street, okay?
All right. We'll try to have fun regardless of your being Debbie Downer. Thank you so much.
If you need a good foot doctor, Dr. Rock Positano at HSS. Thank
right.
you.
So
Thanks
much.
for joining us.
Pleasure meeting you. And
Nice to meet you.